Thanks so much to all my patrons. Join now to help support the channel and help pick the books that I review. Link in the description. And we are done! Okay, not really. We just faked that totally because we finished this last night.
Seriously?
But we just finished reading Alcatraz vs. the Evil Librarians by none other than Brandon Sanderson. And we want to give our unedited thoughts on finishing the book, which was not literally just right now, but really recently.
And we haven't 24 hours.
And we haven't talked about it since then, so I feel like these are fresh thoughts.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's jump on into it. Before we do that, you all have met my wife Courtney in some videos that we've done. I will link up above on one of these directions above me for the last video of that where we reviewed Fourth Wing and whatever the second book was. Iron Flame? Iron Flame.
We did the other
and
one.
Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson.
Okay.
And so this is Elenni. You haven't. Elenni's been a little bit on the channel, but a long time ago.
Oh, I'll be right back. One second.
And Elenni, would you like to say anything about yourself?
I am about to turn 9 years old in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I love soccer.
Yeah, you do love soccer. Anything else?
Well, I want to do lacrosse next year.
Well, you did it this year too, and you did great. Okay. And what position do you play in soccer?
Soccer. I usually play left defense, but I kind of want to play attack.
And is your coach awesome or not awesome?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think I know him really well. He's sitting in the chair right next to me.
That might be true. Okay, so Elenni, before we dive into this, I know you actually are familiar with book reviews because I read a book review you made in class at open house. And
What book?
I don't remember, but I do know you gave it 5 stars. And I thought it was great. And it was, oh, you know what? It might have been the caterpillar, or the ant and the...
And grasshopper.
Was it ant and grasshopper?
Sorry,
Is that what you did your
guys.
book report on?
We have one more person joining us.
Oh, hi. Who's in? And we have Elias. Elias. Hi, Elias. Do you want to say something about yourself?
Me and my sister like Minecraft.
Yeah, that's.
And she is offensive.
She's offensive?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I am offensive right now.
offended.
Yeah.
Offended.
Okay. So, anyways, Lenny, what I noticed on your book is you.
And also I'm Eli. Elenni, Mommy, Daddy.
Yes.
Good job.
Okay. Okay, so I noticed on your book report you had 5 stars available and you gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
And on this channel we give book star ratings out of 5. And so what we're going to start with is we're all going to say what we rated
Wait, what's a 5?
this book. 5 is loved it. 4 is liked it.
Okay.
3 is eh. 2 is did not like it. And 1 is hated it.
All right, we're going to start with you, Lenny.
Okay, so no, let's go down the line. We're going to start with you actually. You think you're in charge here?
Oh, sorry.
I'm last.
No, you're second. Okay, alright.
No, first.
Courtney, what's your
Second,
rating?
third, fourth.
I give it a 5.
You get 5 stars?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to give an adult rating and a kid rating.
Oh.
So, do you give it a 5 on your both scales or just your kid scale? Or?
I mean, you guys really know my actual type of books.
Yeah.
Clearly, we are not reading those
No.
type of books.
So, what would you rate this as of your enjoyability?
My-
personally?
Offensive.
I'm still giving it
Come
a
on,
5
be
for
in
like
the picture.
adult enjoyment, but just not my typical genre of books.
Okay, great. And then, Elias, how would you score this book?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 5?
So
10 out of 10.
Same as
so
5 out of 5. Okay, Eleni, and fractions. We've learned about those, right? All right, Eleni, your turn.
What's the highest we can go?
5.
5.
You get 5? Okay, and I'm giving, of course I'm giving 5 out of 5. I'm giving 5 for my overall score because...
And also we forgot one.
No.
Maui.
Okay, yeah,
No,
okay,
no,
sure.
no, no.
So I give ratings based on how much I enjoyed reading the book. And I enjoyed this book a 5 out of 5 because I loved my experience reading with you guys. I thought it was really fun. Now, if I read this by myself, just me, I probably would have given it 3 out of 5. However, I did not read it just by myself.
What, really?
Well, as an adult reading it, you know, it's made for a younger audience.
Offensive.
But as a kid, I would have loved it, and reading it with my kids, I thought it was amazing. So I'm giving it 5 out of 5
Good
as my
daddy.
overall score.
All right.
Okay,
Get
so
over.
let's talk about
And
it.
these people are blobs.
So, Lenny, let's have you go at it. Why don't you tell me what this book was about? Without ruining the ending or anything like that. Like, what is the basic point of the book?
Do I say like who's in it?
Yeah, I mean, whatever you think.
Wait, you me.
Yeah, you too.
Oh,
wait for Lenny to go
I
first.
forgot about this other guy. What's his name?
Well, we haven't even told about any guys yet, so let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
This book is called Alcatraz. So who's Alcatraz?
Alcatraz is a teenager?
No.
Yeah, how old is he?
Yeah, I would say preteen. I'd say middle school.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I'm feeling that, yeah.
so she was talking about like the person
The main
Blackburn. Blackburn?
No,
What?
she's talking about Alcatraz. Is it?
Let's
No,
be patient.
you
man.
said
Go
a
ahead.
boy. Okay, so Alcatraz is a teen maybe?
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Young teen.
And everywhere he goes, he makes everything break, not destroy. He says that a lot.
Yeah, he has a magic power that
Yeah.
everything that not everything, but like a lot of things he touches breaks.
Yeah.
And that's like his superpower.
Yeah, if he touched this camera, it would break.
Yeah,
But it wouldn't be destroyed.
No, it would break. And so all the characters with magic powers in this book all have a magic power that you would think is a bad thing, but is actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Like there's this character Sing, and he falls. He trips over everything.
That's right.
But the good part about it is he usually trips when there's a good reason for it.
Daddy.
Yes, Elias?
Can I please hold the book?
Sure. So he always trips when there's a good reason. Like if somebody was shooting at him, he would trip right before the bullet came.
Oh yeah.
And �11 𝐻𝐻𝐿, he's late to everything.
Yeah.
Including getting hurt. So he can't be hurt because like the pain is late and it never gets there.
Yeah, he's late to go to his to Alcatraz's 16th birthday.
Right, and Alcatraz breaks things, and as you might imagine, there are maybe some good things you could break, right?
Yeah.
And maybe some surprising things you could break,
Yeah.
like the ending of the book.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk. And so the book is about. Step in if you want to, but the main book is about this character Alcatraz. He is a foster child. He always is getting kicked out of his foster families because he breaks everything.
Right.
And on his 16th birthday, he receives a gift from his dad.
Oh,
His parents, not just dad. And it's the what?
it's the sand.
The sands of 𝗓𝗡. And he doesn't know what the sands are. And right when that happens, his grandpa shows up really late. And he's never met his grandpa. And he takes him on this huge adventure where they learn that all librarians are evil. And they're living in this kind of alternate world where all knowledge is hidden from them. And they need to go rescue and figure out where his parents are and solve this big problem. Yes, Elias?
So there's a boy Alcatraz and
Yeah.
Do you want to show him the picture?
you mean this book, there is a grandma here?
What?
Okay.
Alcatraz grandpa?
Yeah. I think part of what Elias was trying to say is there's a lot of funny ways they talk in this book, right?
Yeah.
Eli, that you thought was really funny. And so one of the things I loved about this book, that I think you did too, Lenny, and Elias,
me.
and probably you too, Courtney,
Of course.
is that it was funny.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's funny.
And, you know, the Brandon Sanderson humor, I have criticized in the past, the adult humor, and I've always said it's a little more kid-like. Well, guess what? In a kid book, it works really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
The humor is really perfect. Yeah. It's like advanced kid humor that it's constantly playing with words in a way that you're not used to it. And it's like smart humor.
It also talked to us at certain points, if you skip to this part, this and that.
Yes.
It did a bunch of talking to us, which I thought was pretty
The
cool.
author talks to the reader in really funny ways.
Yeah.
I'll ruin one part of it. But the book says the end, and then the last page says something really funny no, it said something really funny and then the mountain exploded and everybody died and something crazy. And then you're reading it and you're like, what? And then you read the very back and it's I just put that last part in for the people that read the ending of books in bookstores that ruin it for everybody. And so that's really funny. Now, one part I thought that I'd criticize about this book. Yes, Elias.
Can't we just read the book? No.
That would take a long time, Elias.
Instead of telling me about it.
What?
Okay, come sit.
Sit down, sit down.
Okay, so one part I thought was a criticism is for your age group, it was a little advanced. Like there are some things that went over your head that would have been a little better if you were a couple years older. And like there's a couple things that was like having fun talking about like reading books and your experience reading books. And so like that thing I just said about how like reading the end of a book, like we all remember doing that as a kid at some point. Well, this is your first long book you've read. You've clearly never done that before. Or it talks about these like kind of fun tropes in books that you wouldn't know because you've never read like long books before. But even with that, the humor's great. So I'd say the age group for this book would be probably like,
Spot on.
you're probably
Like
on the young edge of it.
Daddy.
Up to like middle teenager.
Sure.
I'd say would be a
What do you
great
think, Lenny?
age range for
Yeah.
this.
There were also some like large words that I needed help with.
And I'm not to now that I'm done, I can fess up. There were some words I just made up the word so it would be easier
Daddy.
because the word
You
was a little
said
crazy.
me and Eli's names. That
Oh, sometimes I do that to make sure you're awake.
yeah.
Right. So like I'll say I'll slip your names into what I'm reading to see if you're awake, and if you don't say anything, I know you're sleeping. Just a little tiny trick for you. Let's also talk about the audiobook narrator on this one.
Daddy.
How did you like Daddy's voice?
How did you like my voices? Now, before you answer that, let me just say something for the crowd. I love audiobooks. About a third of the books I listen to or read are audiobooks.
Daddy.
Yes, Elias.
I love audio books, and also can I just show you the audience just one page?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh,
Well,
this
no,
is
no, no,
Daddy's-
stay back there. And now show it
Okay.
from there.
This is one of Daddy's
Oh, a
favorite
map.
pages.
I love maps.
Wow.
Oh,
right
you know
to
what?
Daddy's heart.
Elias, you're pointing at something here. Good, anyway, let's take a break. There are pictures in this book.
Yeah.
There's not a ton. And the artwork is not
Also-
great.
Also, there's a picture at the front.
Yeah, there's lots of pictures, Elias. And it's great. It's good stuff.
Like, what is this? Yeah. That guy is creepy.
Who is it?
Yeah, don't ruin that part for everybody. All right, go sit down, big boy.
Good job.
But there are pictures, and it is nice to mix it up a little bit. I could say there could be more pictures, even, you know? Like, there weren't a lot of pictures. There could have been more pictures, but I think let's go back to, what was I going to talk about before Elias
voices.
went crazy?
The voices.
Okay, the voices. What did you think? So I listen to audiobooks, I love it. A good audiobook narrator
Yeah,
can
and
make...
I also love audience.
Oh, I love
I mean,
audiobooks too.
like, I love audiobooks, I meant.
Yeah.
Okay, don't make me edit this, bro.
Oh no. Okay.
I think we should say who our favorite character was.
We should. Yeah. Well, before that, let's do that at the end. And you're going to be in charge of that discussion.
Okay.
For this part, I tried to really use crazy voices, and I will say that I put a lot of effort into
You
it,
did really good.
and I did a lot of varying voices. And I'm going to say they were probably ridiculous and horrible on the grand scale of things, but I got a deep appreciation for audiobook narrators. I could only talk for like 5 or so pages before I was like out of breath.
It was also really hard to determine who was talking until it was like way down the page, and you're like, oh, that was
That's true.
Grandpa Smedrick.
And that was, I mean, yeah, but the bigger part was like I'd run out of breath. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to do that. So audiobook narrators, kudos.
Our hats are off to you.
Yeah, the hats off to you. So what did you think of my voices, Lenny? You don't have a lot to judge it. Well, who was your favorite voice?
My favorite voice, we haven't talked about her yet, but was Bastille.
Best. Let's see. Let's pull up Bastille's ready.
Yeah.
This is very good feeling. Okay, Alcatraz. Right?
Was that right?
Yeah, my favorite part when she said that she was like, it's none of your business, Smedry.
Yeah. It's none of your business, Madre. Yeah, she had a very feminine voice, right? The most, you wouldn't, if you had turned off the camera and heard that, it would have been the most feminine thing you've ever heard. Yeah, so there were a lot of voices, and yeah, that was fun.
Daddy,
Yes.
can you, like, say, like, the bad, people, like, in the book? Like the
Yeah, let's talk about the bad people in the book. So there was Black. You're out of the camera, right?
Blackburn.
Blackburn. And what did we think of Blackburn? Was he scary or bad or what?
He looked weird.
He did look weird.
No, he was only most man.
He was strong.
You okay?
And was he scary or were we
He
cool?
looked,
Definitely scary.
He looked like if they're like one of those people that like come fight me. I feel like he's one
Wait,
of those.
stop. Hold, go.
Tell me.
What
about
people
this.
are these?
Yeah.
Are they at school or?
No, they're like mean people. You don't know. Like,
Give me an example. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
yeah. No.
Okay. So we're talking about mommy being mean.
I'm offended.
No,
Daddy.
she's joking.
Daddy.
Okay. Yes, Celeste.
What about that creepy girl?
Miss
Fletcher?
Yeah, Miss
Oh,
Fletcher.
the one that was with Blackburn?
Yeah, the one that had the really long skirt.
Hmm.
The one that had the really long skirt.
Yes, and what about the dinosaurs?
The dinosaurs were actually, I think, good.
Yeah, they were funny.
They were pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought the dinosaurs were great. What was your favorite? Oh no, let's not favorite character, right? You want to be in charge? Go around and ask everybody their favorite characters.
Okay, I think we should do youngest to oldest.
Great. So you
No,
got
no,
first.
no,
Eli,
no,
who
no.
was your favorite?
Oldest to youngest.
Okay,
No.
that's me.
Well, no, Lenny's in charge.
No.
Okay, we can skip you, Elias. You go, Lenny.
I'm last. My favorite person was Bastille.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
of not because of her sass.
Which she had.
A
Yeah.
lot.
She always called Acatress Smedry.
Which is his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, none of your business, Smedry. Never called him Alcatraz.
Yeah. Lost
Yeah.
ass.
I also liked how do I explain that?
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, you're doing fabulous.
It's a little hard to explain. I just liked her little personality. She was
Yeah.
always she went
She always had something smart to say and
okay, this
so
is
worked out.
it was like they said something that's normal, then it went like come
Like
on.
a big pop up,
Yeah.
like something really.
Yeah, something that you did not expect.
Yes.
That's true. And you know what? Something I think you liked about Bastille is I think in a way she kind of reminded her of you a little bit and how tough she was, right?
Absolutely.
Because Bastille was like this. She was like a pretty girl, right? And she's she looks like, oh yeah, I'm just a girl or whatever. But then she's the toughest one of the group. She punching people out and she defends everybody, right? She's the warrior.
Yeah,
And you're let's be honest, in this family you're the warrior, right?
100%.
If somebody broke in, you're the one defending the house.
Right?
Yeah, Elias will start yelling. You're probably gonna pass out. I'll probably sleep through it.
yeah, pass
And you gotta hold it down.
What are you?
Sleep it. I'll sleep.
Wanna dance? Let's dance.
Okay, so Eddie, what was your favorite part of the book? Do you have a favorite part?
What? You do?
What was your favorite part, Elias?
What if we just stick to favorite characters
Oh wait, you didn't say yours.
instead of
Oh, I'm sorry, Elias. I got off track. What's your favorite
because
character?
I wanted to be last.
Oh, I'm so
So
sorry.
your turn.
Oh wait, we skipped you and me. I just asked you.
And me.
You just asked.
Let's go back to you. What's your favorite character?
No. It's Elenni.
She went.
Daddy.
Now me. Okay, my favorite character.
Mommy, me.
I'd say my favorite character was probably Sing.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of reminded you of stuff.
He was packing heat. He had a lot of guns, and I do have a lot of guns.
Yeah, you're
to be fair.
12.
They are locked up very safely.
There's one in your room. I am staring at it all night.
That's locked up.
up.
Let's be
I
clear.
am not here.
In
What
our
if
room
it
in a
broke? What if
Okay.
it broke?
Oh my god.
Okay. Anyways, Courtney, who was your favorite character?
100% Bastille.
Bastille.
And she absolutely runs with you.
Copycatter.
She looks like a pretty girl that you don't really expect to be so strong, but boy, does she bring the sass times a million.
And speaking of boys, Eli, who's yours?
It's not time.
Grandpa Smedry.
Oh,
that's a
Grandpa
good
Smedry.
Grandpa
You thought he was funny.
Yeah, he's like, do not work. Hey guys, I'm a little surprised. Give me the book. What is this book? What does it say?
Guys, we're out. Eli and I are gonna go.
No.
Okay, we're staying. Never mind.
What is it? What is this book?
Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians.
What does this say?
Versus the
No.
Alcatraz?
cat Alcatraz.
Yeah, and I'm surprised no one said Alcatraz. I feel like he was the main person saying this.
You know, something is interesting in fantasy books, Lenny.
interesting.
I'm going to bring something to you. A lot of times the main character of fantasy books is not people's favorite character. I don't know why, but it's a thing, you know? It's a thing.
Yeah, I just feel like someone, like
Who said Luke Skywalker is their favorite guy in Star Wars? You know, like, it's Han Solo, or like Chewie,
Daddy.
or, you know?
or the
Darth
girl,
Vader,
or the girl that
Yoda.
right here.
Oh, Leia. Big,
Leia.
yeah, huge. Big, good call. Okay, so let's talk real quick about the ending. And I don't want to ruin the ending, but something big in Sanderson books that you'll now realize is the ending usually has a big twist. And what by that I mean, like, you
didn't see
get
it coming.
surprised at the end of the book. And I gotta say, there wasn't really any big, huge twist at the end of this one. There was a few things, but nothing like really shocking.
Well, I don't know, Lenny, the ending when that part?
Yeah.
Maybe don't say it. 'cause
Oh,
I
are you talking about
like 16 years later.
yeah, okay. We're gonna put let's put spoiler tags on the screen for a second.
Okay.
We got spoilers on. Let's talk about what we're talking about now. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lenny, tell him what happened.
Okay, so he finally found out that his dad is alive,
Yeah.
but we have no idea if the mom is or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I think maybe I wasn't surprised by that because I've read a lot of fantasy books and I kind of knew the
Saw
dad
it.
never was dead.
Oh, Daddy.
You know, and I'm going to teach you this about books here, Lenny, and especially fantasy books geared at this type of audience and older. When they say at the beginning, if you say somebody's dead, but you didn't see them die,
And you didn't give any details?
they're not dead. No. Like,
Oh, don't push
they're not dead. It's just never happened. So in a story where Alcatraz is talking about his parents and he misses them and he never got to know them and he never knows if they're dead or alive, they ain't dead.
Yeah.
Now I get that was surprising. Now that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now I will say one big surprise for me actually.
Which part?
The first pages of the book, right here, like you open up the book and Alcatraz is about to get stabbed in the heart.
Yeah, that.
And they talk about how he's about to die, and then the author's like, whoa, hold up, let me explain what's going on. I'll explain later.
They're like 12 days later.
Yeah,
This is what happened.
they're like, later in the book we'll get to there. And then like 3/4 of the way through the book, they're like, hey, I realize that you are probably thinking, when is that part gonna happen? And I promise it's gonna happen, we're just not there yet. And then I kind of forgot, and then the end of the book happened, and then the author was like, yeah, you probably now realize that I lied to you the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I didn't remember to start the book after I saw the picture. I was like,
Oh.
are we?
I actually was shocked. I was like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Who wrote this?
Brandon Sanders. Oh, like,
Who wrote this book?
what book?
This book.
Now, I hate to be picky with you, but are you talking about the book I am holding right now? Or are you talking about, like, the book being told?
The book that you're holding right now.
Brandon Sanderson wrote this book.
Yeah, okay. How much books have you read that was by him?
Probably
Honey, look behind you right there.
15.
Look over there.
This row of
It's
books
just him.
Yeah, okay.
and a few over here.
Okay, so if you read all of those, how were you like shocked because you read all of these?
Well,
God.
that's a great point, honey. What
I
a beautiful
love
point.
you.
I love that you brought that up. Because I've never read anything like that before. No one's ever done that to me. And that brings up a good point about something I really loved about this book, Lenny. One second. Let me just finish this up and then we'll be your turn.
Okay.
I love being surprised. And I actually don't get surprised very much in books because I've read so many. And so when you've read so many hundreds of books, it's rare to find a moment when you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it happens less and less. And when it does happen, no matter what it is, I always really appreciate it. And I can't believe that a book like this, that's kind of made more for a kid audience, made me feel like that. And that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I love that. So that's awesome. We are running out of time.
Okay.
Let's talk about real quick. I know you guys gave it 5 out of 5s, but we're going to have to ask, would you recommend it to anybody? Obviously, yes. But what kind of person would you recommend this for?
What do you mean?
So I'm going to start. I would recommend this for any kids that have never read a fantasy book before
Oh yeah.
and want to learn about it.
Yeah.
It's a great intro into fantasy books. Mommy, do you have any?
I agree. That beginning.
Do you have any unique thoughts?
No. No. It just feels like a good beginner one. It has like a light Harry Potter vibes. So it feels very.
That's good stuff. That's all right. I'll give you points for that. And I think I'm gonna hear a trend here. Yes, Elias.
Yeah.
The end.
Can you show?
Oh, you keep talking and I keep thinking you're gonna be interrupting, and you keep having really good points. Thank you. The end of the book talks about more Alcatraz books.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. It's a series.
And also, where's the one that?
The shark one.
The shark.
The one where
yeah.
she's punching him in the face. I go
that's the one I'm surprised.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sequels, and one of the sequels is not called Alcatraz vs. the Evil Librarians. It's called 𝐵astille vs. the Evil Librarians, which I know you're gonna love.
Yeah.
And the picture is awesome. It's a great white shark jumping out of the water, and 𝐵astille is uppercutting it in the chin. It's awesome.
And
like I'll pretend to be the shark. You pretend to be 𝐵astille.
Oh, careful.
It's awesome. And so I can't wait for that. So good point, Eli. All right, now let's finish up here. So who would you recommend the book for?
I recommend this book not for little kids like Eli's age, 6, 7. I recommend this book to like 10s, 11s.
Are you just mature? Because you're not 10.
Definitely.
Bruh.
You say bruh or bro?
I said bruh.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
All right, Eli. Well, who would you recommend this book for?
Great job.
Big kids that are 20 and 30
and 30
and 21
and 21
and 40.
How old is 40? Is that old or not old? Yeah.
Probably old.
Yikes.
That's offensive to my mom.
And remember I just had a birthday?
Yeah. And also not for 39.
Yeah. Now I got a surprise.
Okay, fine. 39.
Oh, also, guess what, guys? I got a big surprise for
He's
you.
40.
I got a big surprise for you. Guess what?
I mean 40.
It's past your bedtime.
Oh.
Yikes. All right. Well, anyways, we gotta turn this off. Let's wrap this up. Do you remember how I told you to end the video? No. And honestly, see that little? I don't know if your eyes can see it, but do you see that number counting down in the bottom right of the camera? It says 1 minute and 37 seconds.
All right, we got this.
That's how long until the camera just shuts off. Yeah. So let's finish it up. Remember how to end this? I'm not going to teach you. Let's just see if you remember it. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy reading to you.
And also, 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐬𝐿.
Thanks again to all my patrons, with a special shout out to my Ascendant tier and Librarian tier patrons: Amy, Alex P, Anna G, Brady K, Doust, Darren, Jerry, Jonathan, Nev's Book Channel, Ron Reich, Ryan L, Sydney Baker, Anna, Blair, Eric Cannon, Joe UK, Kat Mick, Ricky Iman, and Sky. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video, and if you want to watch some more content from my channel, click over here and I've got some good videos for you. Thanks so much.